Hi, this is Mel again. I am excited to show you something new I just got. I did the Kickstarter for this, Pixie's Marseille Tarot. Here is the lovely book that also comes with it. You see who that is by? That is Alejandro Rozan and Chris Onario. And they have done Alexander, I believe, Alejandro has done a couple other projects before this. And I don't have the name of those offhand, but I wanted to try this out. So this is the inside of the box. Isn't that pretty? It says, "And Pamela Coleman Smith's signature appears in this deck as a symbolic homage to her artistic legacy. It is not intended to indicate authorship or impersonation." Best to get that clear. So the inside of the box is lovely, a little magnetic. And here are the backs of the cards. That is a lovely, I'm gonna give her up a shuffle because I have not really shuffled these up very much yet. So I want your, oh shoot, there is a glare on that. I apologize. My lights are glaring. I'll try to put cards so they don't hit those spotlights. So I wanted to do a reading. This is a reading based off of, it's an idea I had to do, the reading isn't my idea, but the idea I had was to use it as my new deck reading. So I thought, here we go, this is the perfect time to try this out. This is based on things I've learned. This reading's based on things I've learned taking classes from Farrell Humphrey. And I have been taking her Wild Kabbalah classes. We started learning the Wild Kabbalah here. Give you something to look at as I shuffle. We started learning the Wild Kabbalah in 2025 at the Twin Cities Tarot Collective's tarot retreat, the first tarot retreat we've done. We've done conferences before, but this was the first time as a retreat format, and it went amazingly. And Farrell taught 4 different workshops of her Wild Kabbalah tarot method. And a few of us kept going, and so we meet weekly and kind of practice and learn more about it. And this is one little reading that came out of it. It is a 3-card reading, so it's really nice and easy, but it's a little different way to think about it. So I have shuffled them up, and I'm going to pick 3 from somewhere in the deck. There we go. And the three cards are as follows. The first card, this is an invitation from whatever you consider the source of tarot to be, where you get your communication that you communicate to using tarot, the tarot itself, or if there is a particular deity that you believe is the source of whatever insight or knowledge that you get, if it is an angelic choir that you assume that you are connecting with when you use tarot. That is whoever is represented by this card. This represents them offering you an ace, like at the beginning of a suit, offering you a partnership. And, usually, I should say this before I start. Usually in this spread, we pick one of the suits as the intention. And I think it makes sense to either do, I can see doing cups as a, if we're gonna be a very close deck. If this is gonna be, if this would be a personal deck for me, I would probably do cups. I think if I'm going to do it for readings for other folks, I think I'm going to do wands. So what I'm looking for is an offer of partnership in the suit of wands. And so this first position is going to represent the Ace of Wands, a partnership offer from the deck. Oh, that's nice. That is a 3 of Cups. So, and to me, that's saying right away, that offer of partnership says, yes, I want to communicate with you and with others. I want this to not be just you and I, but you and I and someone else. I want to create a creative atmosphere where we can all really cook. And so that's what the deck will offer in partnership. And the second, especially in wands, you know, that whole energy cycle that we'll be creating looks really fun. The second card is what I will bring to the partnership, because you have an ace is a single offering. The 2 is where your second person comes in and says, here is what I have to offer to this relationship. Oh, heavens, that is the Ace of Coins. And I think for me, Ace of Coins this is a new adventure for me, because I worked for 40 years for a single company. Excuse me, I got a little frog in my throat today. I worked for 40 years for a single company, and then it's, you know, I've been doing some consulting on the side, basically, until, you know, up until now. And now I really want to start making tarot more of what I'm about and what I do with my daily life. And so I think to me, it's saying what it acknowledges that it wants that I bring to the partnership is that, yep, I'm going to offer my time, and this is a new adventure, literally, for like time and space, for me to create a new reality to live off of. I'm going to see if I can live off of doing tarot. So that's what I bring to it, is I'm looking at this as a brand new adventure, which is interesting because, you know, I've been doing tarot since 1995. So, excuse me, like 30 years, 31 years I've been doing tarot. So, but this is still a new adventure. And that's one of the things that I've always, you know, that always drove me, even when I worked for 40 years for one company. Every year I would say, you know, we'd come up to my review and I'd say, am I still learning something here? Great. If I'm still learning something, then I'm going to stay. And that has always been my driving force. And so now, you know, here's a new opportunity to learn something, I think, is, you know, the way I'm looking at this. So it is a new adventure in tarot, even though I know tarot really well. And the third card is what we create. It's if this deck brings a 3 of Cups energy and I bring the Ace of Pentacles energy, what is going to be created that is going to go out into the world? And that is our third card, the Star. Good Lord, can it be much better? We're going to bring hope. We're going to bring hope to people. We're going to bring inspiration too. The other thing is, with the Star card, it is, to me also, it is very inspiring. This actually shows this is one of the cards. I'm gonna do another quick, another 10-minute tarot after this, just talking about this deck, because there are some extra cards in here. It's a, you know, it's a Marseille deck, so there are going to be some extra cards sometimes. And this is one of them. I believe the Star is one of the doubled cards. So there's this, which is more the Marseille tradition. And then there's a newer style, which is the more Golden Dawn tradition. And so this, you know, I see this one and I think of the more, you know, boy, this is really cool. Because, you know, I think of this, the Marseille tradition as, I mean, it's literally older. The decks are older were designed and printed, you know, many years before the Golden Dawn traditions created their decks. And so to me, that's kind of, there's a little bit of, what do I want to say? A little bit of Hierophant energy to me. It's a little bit of tradition that I see, you know, I think that might be how I read these cards. You know, I've been wondering if I would leave these cards in or take them out, and only use certain ones at certain times. And I see I'm coming up on my 10-minute. I'm going to be strict about my 10-minute time limit. So there we are. We're going to bring inspiration. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.